Have you ever considered that storytelling can help us in solving some of the challenges we face today? Our cultural knowledge, such as proverbs, folktales, and riddles, offer more than just entertainment. They are blueprints for navigating life, teaching survival, community building, and problem solving. We often talk about globalization. What about localization? Can these lessons be more than just stories of the past, but tools for the future? I invite you to explore how preserving our cultural knowledge through storytelling can inspire solutions that are both locally relevant and globally impactful. Throughout my life, I've pursued a wide range of interests: architecture, film, design, digital marketing, and teaching methodology. At first glance, these fields might seem unrelated, but they share a common thread: the importance of thinking contextually. In every discipline, I've learned that the solutions to our challenges must be rooted in the specific cultural, historical, and social setting in which they're applied. This approach has guided my work on award-winning community projects. I've seen firsthand how the power of thinking contextually can create solutions that are both locally relevant and globally impactful. In Africa, there's a saying that goes, "The best classroom is at the feet of an elder." Yes, the best classroom is at the feet of an elder. In many African households, stories are the backbone of society. These stories, or utushimi, as they are called in Zambia, tell us about what was, teach valuable lessons, and create a sense of belonging. Passed down from one generation to the next, these tales have shaped the moral fabric of our communities. But what happens when these stories are no longer told? What happens when our oral tradition begins to fade? Oral storytelling, while powerful, can be very fragile. It can easily be altered, distorted, or completely forgotten. If you've played a game of Chinese whispers, you know exactly what I mean. The questions on my mind were, how can we address the loss of oral stories, the distortion of culture, and could this be done through education? I saw an opportunity here. Fortunately, I found people that shared the same passion as I did. And that's how Kulanda House was born. Ukulanda in Bemba means to speak. What a fitting name for the task ahead. Our mission? To preserve African culture through education. One of the challenges that we faced was, how do we take these proverbs and folktales and make them accessible and relevant to today's children while still preserving the original intent? The answer for us was children's books. Books that capture these stories and make them timeless. We called them Suku books, a name inspired by local fruit Suku, also known as a sugar plum. Creating these books was more than just putting words on a piece of paper. It was about understanding the journey a child takes as they grow and ensuring that the lessons that they learn evolve with them. We incorporated the soft skills embedded in these local stories, covering topics like the importance of being truthful, being content, perseverance, and leadership, with the 5 stages of reading development. Representation was another key thing. In a world where children's literature is often dominated by Western narratives, we had to ensure that African children could see themselves reflected in the stories that they read as heroes, adventurers, and leaders. Representation in literature is not just about seeing a face that looks like yours. It's about seeing a future that includes you, where you are the protagonist, where your culture is valued, and where your potential is limitless. We knew that we're on the right path when parents reached out to us with stories like, "Your books have helped us with getting ready in the morning." Another parent shared, "My child has read your books 4 times already." And bear in mind, this was between the time that we had dropped off the books and were getting back home from the delivery. But perhaps the most touching was a parent that told us that her child pointed at the book and said, "That looks just like me." But our job wasn't done. Some parents still asked, "Where do we start? How do we make story time fun?" So we added in a suggestion box. The suggestion box has got prompts like act it out, read it aloud, encourage questions and ideas, discuss tricky words. These prompts make interacting with the story fun. At the end of each story, there's 2 sets of questions. One that tests the child's understanding of the story, and another that encourages them to explore a new way of thinking. These solutions are deeply rooted in the communities that they serve, encouraging them to redefine the narrative. This isn't just a story about children's books. This is a story about the future of problem solving. The future of problem solving should be contextual and shaped in the environments that it is in. I urge you to embrace this mindset. Think locally, act contextually, and create solutions that resonate globally. You too can take part by simply starting a conversation about the power of contextual thinking or sharing a local proverb in the home, in the community, or with us.